Good morning. Lovely to be with you again. And I'm hoping that maybe next week I might be able to come and visit you at Calvary. I hope you've enjoyed having some visits from family and friends during this past week. And please know that we are holding you all in our prayers, both in the parish of Muswellbrook, but I personally am praying for you and hoping that you are well. Today I've been asked to reflect on forgiveness. In Matthew's Gospel, he teaches us that prayer that we are supposed to pray, maybe every day, but certainly in amongst our personal and corporate petitions. You might know it as the Our Father or the Lord's Prayer. In our day-to-day relationship with the God of the universe, we're seeking his forgiveness every day. Forgiveness for things that we've said, forgiveness for things that we haven't said, things we've done and not done, the things we've thought or not thought. Forgiveness is an act of faith for ourselves and for others. It's something that all of us want and we need it. But Jesus makes it clear that forgiveness flows in two ways. We cannot separate receiving forgiveness from extending forgiveness. Forgiveness is at the core of our emotional well-being. We carry stress when we refuse to forgive or when we refuse to feel that forgiveness from others. It affects our minds, our bodies, and our hearts. We cannot receive forgiveness without acknowledging our own need for it. We cannot extend forgiveness without admitting that because of our own imperfect condition as just being people, we must not try to hold or withhold forgiveness from anyone else. The reason many of us refuse to forgive or just can't forgive can often be a fear of loss. Forgiveness requires us to give up our attitudes and those actions that we think are important to us. But forgiveness is an act of obedience. Forgiveness is an act that shouldn't have to compromise our moral standards. Sometimes forgiveness is just accepting that we and others are different, especially in our families and amongst our friends and neighbours, accepting that people are different to us and we're different to them. Just being accepting is often one of the biggest parts of being forgiving. When Jesus asks us to forgive others, he isn't asking us to do something that is humanly impossible, because there are those things that are almost impossible for us as humans to forgive. Those things that have hurt us or others at a level beyond our human capacity to forgive, beyond our human capacity to even accept. We do our best to accept and we try to forgive, but really the only thing we can do is hand all of this over to God. Forgiveness is sometimes saying, God, this is beyond my capacity, and I hand it all over to you. And in so doing, we take one more step of obedience. We allow ourselves to become a conduit of God's grace. Jesus said, pray then in this way. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we have forgiven our debtors. And do not bring us to the time of trial, but rescue us from the evil one. And then he said, for if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. God's forgiveness doesn't begin with us or with what we deserve. It does not wait for us to be so very good that we may be deemed worthy of it. Forgiveness happens when our hearts recognize the overwhelming generosity of the God of the universe, who forgives us, and as we strive to respond with a similar generosity by offering forgiveness to others. And we take all of this to God in prayer. I hope to see you soon. God bless you and keep you safe. And until next time.